Hello, welcome back to Toy Thursday with Johnny Tiger on June 23rd, 2022. As usual, when I got up this morning, I asked my Amazon device what's special about today, and it told me that it is International Pink Day. In some places, it says Pink Flamingo Day. So, obviously, we are celebrating the color pink. So that means I have to try to find an action figure that can represent Pink Day. Now put yourself in my shoes for a little while. Imagine you are totally blind and you have almost 1,000 action figures. And now you are trying to find one that is pink. Ah, okay, this is going to be a lot trickier than I thought it would be. I could have just showed you the Pink Ranger from Power Ranger, assuming that I had one, but that would honestly be quite boring and almost cheap in a way. I like to make it a little bit challenging for myself when it comes to Toy Thursday and our representing action figure of the day. So I had to do a massive search through my catalog of action figures in my collection and come up with the candidate for today. But first, did you know that pink was a color for boys all the way up until the middle of 18th century? And then, for some odd reason, men started to dress in darker clothes, and so women started to dress in more colorful clothes. So pink gradually became a more feminine color. But yeah, up until then, for a long time, pink was the color associated with masculinity because it was just a little bit off of red, which was always thought of as a masculine color. And back then, before the big shift that it became a feminine color, people used to make uh, pink clothes and pink blanket for male babies. So yeah, don't get too attached to your idea of what color is girly, what color is manly, and stuff like that, because things like that tend to change. Little history lesson aside, in the end, I actually found quite a few pink-ish or pink-related action figure that could have been uh, symbolic for today. And out of those, I picked the winner of today's action figure display. However, I would say that this is an action figure that honestly that I dread uh, talking about doing a video on because it is an action figure from Fortnite. Now, I really try to avoid showing Fortnite action figures because honestly, Fortnite was one of the properties that initially, anyways, um, I really didn't know anything about. I never played the game, and I don't really know that much about the game. Uh, as far as I know, it's a game where a bunch of people run around the map wearing strange costumes and try to murder each other and try to get loot and treasures and stuff like that. And there's hardly any story to it. And yeah, usually if a game doesn't have a storyline or a uh, good uh, captivating storyline, I'm not really interested. Not to mention first-person shooter, which means if you're totally blind, you're not going to be able to play it. Uh, so it's a game that I know very little about, and as far as I know, there's no background, there's no story to any of the characters, which means there's really nothing to talk about. I mean, I could talk to you about the figure themselves, but that's it. There's no, they don't have associated story with them. So really, when you look at it that way, Fortnite action figures seem like a no-brainer, like something that I totally wouldn't be interested in. But unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, depending on your point of view, the action figures from Fortnite are so damn good. How good? Well, let's put it this way. I had no intention whatsoever of getting Fortnite action figures because I didn't know hardly anything about the game. From what I and the little bit I knew didn't really interest me in the game. So I had no connection to these characters. And even today, I have no actual Fortnite dedicated display in my collection. But with that said, I find myself having collected quite a few, okay, a lot of Fortnite action figures because they're just so damn good. It started out just wanting to get a few henchmen here and there to fit in my other display. You know, I mean, when you talk about Fortnite, even though the characters they have no backstory, no intriguing biography, just the design alone means that you will find something for everything. I mean, there is a skeleton pirate that I just had to get because he would work in so perfectly with my skeleton warriors display. There's a guy named the scientist, a big guy in futuristic armor that just would work so great with my space marine that was fighting the aliens. And there are guys that dress like cats and dogs and uh, other more medieval design like knights and demonic warriors. I mean, there's just so much that can fill out other displays that might need an extra Viking warrior or an extra demon or stuff like that. And then there were these cool food related characters. I mean, where else are you going to find a character that looks like a tomato or a banana or hamburger? And when I saw them, well, okay, I didn't see them because I'm blind. But when I read about them, I thought these would be so cool to have in my kitchen. And yeah, Fortnite turned into a very slippery slope. I started with a couple of them, and then I found out how good they were, and then it just went on and on and on. I mean, this is one toy line that no matter what you need in your display, you want dinosaur, they got dinosaur guy. You want dragon, they got dragon guy. You want ninja, they have ninja. You want robots, they definitely have robots. You want you want knights, they have knights. You want weird cat people, they have weird cat people. There's just endless possibilities with Fortnite characters, and I mean there are some boring ones and some bad ones, some really weird ones, but there's something for everybody in Fortnite character design, and it's just really difficult to avoid these action figures. And even toy makers know how good of a thing they have on their hand because Fortnite is one of the very few properties that actually has been done by three separate companies. The Fortnite line has been done by Jazzware. They made the 6-inch Fortnite Legendary line, some really cool figures. The one you see on camera now, the robot and the cat guy driving the car. Those are made by Jazzware. And then uh, McFarlane. McFarlane did Fortnite action figure as well, and they did them in a 7-inch scale. And the reptilian dragon looking guy on the screen you are looking at now, that's from Todd McFarlane. And then now Hasbro, the company that does Marvel superhero, Power Ranger, G.I. Joe, is also muscling in on Fortnite, and they're also doing 6-inch Fortnite figures, calling them Fortnite Victory Royale. And I have not gotten any action figures, Fortnite action figures from Hasbro yet. I say yet because I know I will. I'm just trying to exhibit some self-control, but it's a losing battle because they have done some really cool stuff. I know just sooner or later I'm going to end up uh, caving in and uh, uh, get a few of them. Um, so yeah, Fortnite, from a game that I have no interest in, characters that have no backstory, turned into action figure line that's span three separate companies, and even someone like me who had no interest in the characters, the game, or the characterizations, ended up with a lot of them. This is how good Fortnite is. And in some ways, Fortnite also announced the return of the king of action figures. But we'll talk a little bit more about that after we take a look at the figure today, because I think we have been having a pretty long preamble, and it is time to introduce our queen of International Pink Day. And yes, this is the Cuddle Team Leader. I say that like it's something really important, like it actually means something. Honestly, I have no idea what a Cuddle Team is. I guess she is a leader of a team by the name of Cuddle Team, and it's very fitting because we have a lady, a psychotic lady. Well, okay, I don't know if she is psychotic or not. I mean, she's running around the Fortnite world shooting people, so I assume she's psychotic. So we have a psychotic lady dressed up as a pink, cuddly teddy bear. I mean, that is just so wacky and cute and cool, and she brings a lot of color to an action figure display. Um, Even though I had no interest in her specifically, I had no idea what a cuddle team leader is. I knew I needed to get her because she would make such a great addition to the game led by my Marvel super uh, villainess, the White Rabbit, uh, whom we have shown last year around Easter time, I believe, as an Easter Bunny special. The White Rabbit in the Marvel universe always trying to have a bunch of animal themed henchmen around her. So this teddy bear lady, this cuddle team leader, would be kind of perfect in a really wacky kind of way. I mean, a lady who dresses up like a teddy bear hanging out with a lady who dresses up like a white rabbit. That would be totally perfect, right? I mean, look at them. Don't they just look adorable together? Now, like I said, most of these Fortnite guys, girls, have no biography. Okay, like they are someone or something dressed up in weird costume, and that's pretty much it. You don't usually know much more about them, unless that is if you play the game and you might be able to puzzle together bits of clue here, bits of information there, and learn about them that way. So rather than trying to uh, struggle through making up a bio for Teddy Bear Lady here, I'm just going to talk a little bit about how Fortnite seemingly saved the king of action figures. Now, many of you have heard me talk about McFarlane, Todd McFarlane, before because I am a big fan of action figure made by Todd McFarlane. And in fact, back in the 90s, Todd McFarlane revolutionized the action figure industry. He made action figure bigger, better, and more adult oriented. And his figures were so good. Like seriously, back in the 90s when action figures were mostly associated with children, Todd McFarlane made action figures that definitely did not look like they were meant for children. And that was really cool. However, uh, somewhere around 2003, 2004, some people would say earlier than that, but for me, somewhere around 2003, 2004, Todd McFarlane started to uh, droop. That's the best, most politically correct way I can put it. I mean, what he made was still okay, but a lot of other companies were quickly surpassing him because Todd McFarlane has this weird idea that all it would take was good looking action figures. He didn't want to put joints in his action figures because it would make the action figures look weird. And he didn't want to make the action figures out of really durable plastic for some reason, maybe just to save money. So his action figure would break even if you just look at them wrong. So for most of the 2000 to 2018, I mean there were some good ones here and there, but most of Todd McFarlane's action figures from 2000 to 2018 were crap. Sorry to say this, because like I said, I'm really big fan of McFarlane action figures. But we went through almost 18 years of nothing but crap. Action figures that were mostly just little plastic statues that would break as soon as you get them out of the box. And then something happened. Todd McFarlane got the Fortnite action figure license. And most people, myself included, were kind of like lukewarm about the idea. Because by this time, most of us have given up on Todd McFarlane. Most of us like, yeah, well, Jazzwares already got the license, and they're making these really cool ones, and McFarlane action figure kind of been sucking for the last 18 years. So there's no way this is going to go anywhere. And he proved us wrong. His Fortnite action figure came back into the action figure market swinging and swinging hard, complete with 22 joints on every single one of them, and now they're made of durable plastic. Even when an arm or leg fall off, they don't even break. They just pop out of their joint, and you can pop them right back in. The weapons are great, and the accessories are great. The paint is fantastic. I mean, just look at Cuddle Team Leader here. I mean, she is mostly pink teddy bear, but she has cherry red gloves and cherry red shoes on her feet. And her articulation is so good that you can get her into some really fantastic dancing or martial art moves. And even when she's kicking and standing on one leg, she can do it without leaning on something, at least for a limited period of time. Eventually she'll start to sag and she'll fall over. But yeah, this is really, really good. Really good joints, really good construction, really good balance. Of course, most of what make her really striking is in the paint. She got the vibrant pink fur that is lighter on the top and darker underneath. And she got the cherry red gloves and shoes, a purple armband on her right arm, a scar on top of her right eye, and her eyes, by the way, are kind of like purple and blue. Oh, by the way, if you're wondering, if you have wondered, how is this blind guy standing here talking about the colors of the action figure like he actually knows them? Because I read a lot. Okay, before each Toy Thursday, I have to research. I have to listen to other people talk about the figure. I have to read articles. So it's not as simple as you guys think it is. Now, I have definitely mentioned this before that if an action figure can actually cross their arms in front of their chest, that means the articulation, the joints are really, really good. And this character, this figure definitely can do that. And the details are not just painted, the sculptural details is quite amazing. Like the fur, the texture of her clothes, the little bit of armor she has on her leg, the armband, and even those big buttons on the back of her head. So you know that it's a teddy bear mask she's wearing. And those are the three buttons that hold the mask on. Those are all sculpted on. Those are all sculptural details. And even though she is a psychotic lady dressed up like a pink teddy bear, you can tell that under that costume she is very, very curvaceous. I mean, just look at the sideline view, how her curve really shows through when she stretches like that. In addition to the little Fortnite logo base that she comes with, she also comes with three other items, and we'll take a quick look at them. First, she comes with this little bow tie. There's a little bow that you can put on her back to make to make her look like even more cute, more cuddly. Now, this is called a back bling, or no, basically Fortnite language for back decoration or backpack. Every Fortnite character, no matter Jazzware, Hasbro, McFarlane, will come with something you can put on their back. And it's always a bit of a surprise. Like some of them get really wacky. In this case, it's a little bow tie, so that's very generic, very normal. Definitely go with her. But we have seen some really weird ones. Like I have a couple of characters that have uh, back blings on their backs that look like some kind of dead animal, or a cooler with some body parts in it, or some scientific equipment. So yeah, even the back blings you get with your characters and with your action figures is very much uh, part of what makes these action figures a lot of fun. Next, just so she can do the I am a psychotic teddy bear and I'm going to murder you and take everything you have thing, she comes with a legendary assault rifle. Now, what is a legendary assault rifle? I have no idea. It just looked like a Scar Age assault rifle. And, it fits very nice in her left hand, and unfortunately, it is meant for her left hand. She has to always shoot it left-handed because her left hand is the only hand that has the trigger finger extended, so she looked silly holding the gun in her right hand. So yeah, but that's okay. We have something for her right hand as well. In addition to some kind of firearm, the Fortnite action figures all come with something for their melee weapon, something they can use to break obstructions and break people's head um, for close quarter combat. In the game, these are called pickaxes, but they're not always pickaxes. Like in the case of Cuddle Team Leader here, her pickaxe just looks like a giant toy unicorn on a stick. Yeah, I mean, it's very adorable. And I'm pretty sure the sharp horn of the unicorn is very useful for poking someone with. But yeah, it looks like she's just holding a giant toy unicorn that has been mounted on a stick. That is kind of weird. But anyway, she is supposed to be a strange, wacky kind of character. So I guess that's okay. At the end of the day, even though she is a really wacky character, I mean, again, I must stress, it's just a psychotic lady running around shooting people, wearing a cute pink teddy bear outfit. But she adds a lot of color to your display, and if you have a sense of humor, she can fit in to a lot of different display options, whether it be a wacky supervillain for your Marvel superheroes, for your DC comic superheroes, fighting your Ninja Turtles, or just hang out with some other cute, cuddly looking type of action figures in the background. And hey, she does make a very charming uh, representative of the International Pink Day. Thank you for checking out today's Toy Thursday. I hope you enjoyed this little presentation. I know it was a little bit busier than usual. I had to move the camera multiple times. Uh, we'll be back again tomorrow for some Fitness Friday. For now, have a good night.